Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of How It Was. I've sort of just done sort of a bit of reading, a bit of typing, a bit of research, and we'll just go right from where we left off in the previous episode. So we got the 4 tombs and I've got to read them in order, so I've sort of just written down things on a notepad file right up there on my monitor over there, so I'll just we'll just go straight into the whole story, and we're starting off with Mark. I'm assuming this is the right way. So okay, so the beginning of the story was Mark. The second part of the story was Luke. The third part of the story was Matt, and the finale was John's. Some of the decrypted words made sense, but not enough to decode the location of the stash. Okay, well, let's try again. I mean, there is 4 factorial ways, so 4 times 3. 24 ways of doing this, so this could be a bit of a problem, so it might be a bit embarrassing, so John, Luke. There we go. So it was Mark, Matt, John, then Luke. So Mark. So the story goes, the host was not carrying the world remnants, John, and then blah blah blah. John and Matt disagreed. For the first time, the brothers were divided. Mark was the eldest, the others had followed his order, but John harbored a secret bitterness. When they finally tracked down the masked doctors, and then Matt dies, and then the brothers fell into disarray, and then John drifted alone. Alright, there we go. So it looks like we've got a bunch of cards, and we got the Evangelist's game stash, which is our silver star over here. So let's check this place out. We should be interested to see what's happening. Your long digging effort was rewarded with findings of substantial material value. Alright, one-armed bandit unlocked the fake traders and items received. One-armed bandit, bulletproof vest, medical bag, stump. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, we should probably cast dried meat. Dried meat is always welcome. Healing elixir, one-armed bandit. Okay, that's a gun. He needs accuracy with around this speed, the ultimate last ditch option. 8 damage, short range. That's pretty good actually. Bulletproof vest is very nice. Stun bomb, very nice as well. Definitely check out the card screen. Well, we'll deal with the cards later. So for now, we've only got Warren. So we should probably go and recruit Jefferson. I think that's a pretty good idea. Plume of smoke miles away guided you to the site of the pacification. The village was in ruins, littered with body parts. The army had not even spared the women and children. The place was deserted, save for a single figure sticking on a rock, his head in his hands. He approached him. It was Jefferson Burns. Your mangled visage seemed to convince Burns that you were the devil incarnate. He said he was ready for punishment. Alright. You asked why he would start having second thoughts now after a long, untroubled career of Indian killing. Burns gave a grim chuckle. He always respected the natives. The story of him infecting himself to wipe out a village was a tall tale his superiors had concocted to inspire the grunts. Burns always respected the natives, but he also believed in the power of American authority. Until now he had longed for a chance to redeem his sin before he exited this world. He told him he could redeem himself by freeing the souls trapped in purgatory. He sat silent for several minutes considering your words. Just as your patience was waning, he grabbed his bundle and his gun, saying, "A worthy goal like yours deserved a willing servant. He will follow you." As you turned to leave,
the next candidates were Randy Harden, a notorious gunfighter, and Henry Persons, a former Pinkerton agent. The local crime lord would know where to find them.
Burns said he had followed a group of natives to escape, though his men had tried to hunt them down. He was positive some of them had survived and would be coming for the revenge. Burns said that if you were looking for them, they'll be at the sacred ground. He said you would think about it. Well, we should probably go kill them. I think that's probably the best thing to do right now. So, tactical support, well-mapped military authority. Okay, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Let's go check out the fake trader first. We've got 120 gold. And I definitely want to make sure we've got the right guns for everyone at the moment. So we could check. We've got one with a 6-shooter and a double shotgun. That one I want to replace. And he's got a navy gun, which is pretty good, and a musket. That's pretty good apart from the 1 ammunition. So I'm looking for something to replace the shotgun. So let's see. I've got a bonehand rifle. Repeater rifle will be nice. Shotgun, revolver, or one-arm bandit, or baby number 9. Okay, I'm not gonna do with the baby number 9. I'm gonna go for the repeater rifle. It's a fairly solid gun that should definitely be fairly reasonable. So Candle of the Day is very nice as well, but I don't think I can afford that right now. Short and medium. I mean, I've also got a musket. I mean, but let's just 6-shooter or close, and then a navy gun, short and a medium. He's already got a musket, so navy gun, musket. Yeah, I think I'll just replace the shotgun with the repeater rifle, and then that should be good for it now. Definitely want to pick up these items later, but I don't think I have much to trade, to be honest. So I definitely want to keep the bulletproof vest. So I don't think they've really got much in terms of talismans. I should probably double check. Okay, so it'd be nice if I could pick up another talisman just to use, just to maximize my sort of like something to like to maximize my equipment really. So I suppose I could sell the musket and the one-armed bandit. Try me increasing maximum HP. I'm not going to be really using that. A one-armed bandit is nice. I'll keep the one-armed bandit, but selling the musket won't do much now. So we'll go kill some Indians. Alright, follow the trail of blood and bodies to a giant twisted red leaf tree surrounded by graves. You navigate the tall grass carefully, looking for signs of the surviving natives. Fatal glimpse of movement caught your eye. A muscular figure covered in war paint sat in the tall grass, his precision rifle aimed at Burns' head. Alright. You jump forward, shoving Burns to the ground. The native saw that he had been spotted. As your hand moved to the gun, he shook his head without taking his eyes or guns off Burns. You stepped back, giving him a clear shot. Oh, this is a tricky one. Faint glimpse of movement. Native saw he'd been spotted. As your hand moved to your gun, he shook his head. The problem is, like, if I feel like this is like only one of them will get hurt. So let's just try for something peace-like. A sharp crack swept Burns' head in a bloody shower of burning brain. The native warrior quickly swapped his rifle for a 6-shooter, aiming at you and barking something you could not understand. When you showed incomprehension, he spat, pointed at you and said a single word, "Who?" Well, that was a waste. You pantomimed an expression. You had let Burns hear so the tribe could be avenged. He snorted, gestured at you again, and said Black Demon. After a pause, he added another single word, "Why?" He wanted to know why Black Demon like you would help a native warrior get revenge. That was a fair question. Well, I was not expecting him to do that, but hindsight is hindsight. You told him you were the Spear of Vengeance, then you pantomimed your story to him. As you related your tale, he maintained a somber expression and kept the gun's barrel aimed at your head. Still, with each part of the story, you should see glints of understanding in his eye, along with the fire of revenge. When you finished, he raised his gun. He pointed at you, then himself, and said yes. Alright, well. Oh. So I've got a new guy called Cheveyo, who's a tactical sniper, and in the world map he's good at wilderness survival. Okay, well, it looks like we won't be killing anyone anytime soon, but I'm pretty glad to get some items, I suppose. So some mixed feelings there. And definitely a new card as well. So bolster your parameters when surrounded by enemies. Okay, well, it says he's a sniper. Definitely could use a sniper character. The dazzling house of peculiar and strange. Your party came caught upon a circus tent set up incongruously in the middle of the Badlands. As you neared, you saw it was surrounded by armed men wearing clown makeup. A sign read, "The Dazzling House of Peculiar and Strange." The previous traveler told you this was the Algretto Mystics gang. The leader, Wizard Algretto, had a reputation for making things people and disappear without a trace. The house offered all sorts of cheap entertainment. Well, we could watch the show for a bit. Falcon the Techno-Mage was a gentleman in the top hat, presenting his perpetual motion device. In it, a ball traveled endlessly through a looping maze of funnels ring. Blah 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 blah. Astronomical speed. You didn't feel compelled to jump at this generous offer. Gypsy Fortune Teller. She came. Foul Hellion, I never laid a hand on those puppies, then slammed the kiosk shut and ran away. I feel like if we keep going, then there'll be something special happening, but it's like after 3 times and I'm just like, but we'll see. While Grunks was very hairy, he's definitely human. His act consisted of lifting increasingly heavy objects. More and more until a loud crack resounded across the tent and the mighty Grunts fell to the ground, was carried away by other strongmen. Oh, the poor guy. Ixnay Josh and Jamie Harris were knife throwing at. The woman bore numerous scars, and Ixnay Josh was missing a couple of fingers. Still, his aim was unerring despite his obvious affinity for strong liquor. Let's go see the wizard now. Sean Vermilion said the wizard was waiting for you and offered you a complimentary drink. A single shot glass filled with a cold yellowish liquid sat on a tray. Vermilion looked at you expectantly. Let's play it safe. Dark corridor, colourful circus posters. You finally passed through a flap door and into complete darkness. Vermilion was nowhere to be seen. You were trying to make out what might be in the dark room when, with a heavy thunk of machinery, a single spotlight appeared. A tall figure stood in it wearing some sort of cloak. You marched towards the figure hanging on the butt of your holstered gun. A sudden flash of light blinded you. You tripped over something and let a hard object slam into the back of your head. Everything went black. You're awakened by a bucket of cold water. I'm just gonna speed read this a little. Bended business with you. He asked if you wanted a lengthy explanation or just the basics. You say a longer story might give you more time to choose the right way to murder him, or you told him that while it might not be anatomically improbable, he should engage in a sex act with himself. So basically he said go fuck yourself. I do prefer the snark. With a smile and assure he wouldn't have had to resort to violence had you simply accepted his kind offer of a drink. He knew who you were looking for, and that you should give up now. The wizard considered harding his properties to the man was currently detained where he belonged. The person's story was a different matter. He used to work in Pinkerton's special division. What quite insane found the man fascinating. Apparently his obsessive search for pieces of a scientific meteorite. Apparently no law or property or human decency could stop him in his quest to acquire these pieces. He was the ultimate collector. Therefore, the wizard continued. If you want to make contact with a person, you need to find the pieces of the meteorite. All you had to do is obtain was some of these pieces. 4 pieces would be enough to attract the strange man's attention and make him emerge from hiding. Okay, well, this is interesting. He said something about recognizing a fellow connoisseur and then bit hard into your flesh. You pushed him away and he quickly retreated, tipping his hat. For the rest of the day, you had a strange aftertaste in your mouth. That's creepy. Okay, that's a lot of different places, so time to go exploring, I guess. Once being a thriving town, reduced to a single bar. Went into the bar. In addition to drink, the vaquero offered trade. Bar life, these couldn't be real names, could... Those are definitely not real names. Let's bounce the shop. Some stuff. Steadfast pistol with 14 barrels. What the steadfast relaxing accuracy makes up for in volume. That's a bloody lot of ammo. Scope custom rifle, and a defender. That's a close weapon, which I'm not keen for. So this guy's got an alpha rifle. That I do prefer. So I guess we'll be exploring around for a bit longer. Definitely gonna be a while before we get into battle, I guess. Alright, ammo bye-byes. Debaucherous experiment. Alright. This place was guarded by the same woman who worked the clients. Only a fool would cross them and went to the main lobby. Gale gunslingers. The kitchen allowing the lobby. We remain in the office. Let's return to the bar. Alright. Vaqueros. You asked what they had in tap, or asked the barmaid. When the girl made a face, you knew you hit the jackpot. She pointed to a building across the farm. Harding was there, she said, detained on orders from the wizard himself, which no one could figure since Harding had been in the wizard's lieutenant for years. Putting close, she thought it was Harding was a diseased hustler for man, no longer fit for any real job. He said, you wanted to see him, you talked to Madam Bye-Bye. Breath hot on your neck, she asked whether you wanted anything else. Let's sell some stuff. Immediate health boost, or increases maximum HP, or restores full health, or... Actually, I could probably sell one of these guns, actually. I could sell a musket. Confirm. You can give me some cash. Trade. And we'll buy... to the bar. We'll buy... to light it in the mirror and keep them out of the fight. Generous offers met with cheering and murmurs. The vaqueros appreciated the gesture and went about rehydrating. Blah. Went out to the lobby. Let's ask to talk to the madam. James first let you through the door and follow close behind you. Alright. Moving the door, blah blah blah. Someone cleared a tray, turned to see Emma Bye-Bye looking at you disapprovingly. She started giggling. Shut the mouth with the gun. She only did business with important people. Mentioning your role in the masked man's death. They hardly compared to being a trusty ally of the wizard and the leader of a few respected organization. You wonder aloud whether she was confusing the word ally with henchman. She looked at you dispassionately as she lit a cigarette on a long, slender filter. She asked why you were interested in a worthless son of a mother ghost like Harding. She inquired as to whether you ran a charity for cripples and hobos. Oh man. This is where you definitely want to do the go fuck yourself thing. Alright, now we can actually do something. Alright, so this is fanning. I don't want a fanning. I definitely... I'm gonna give you the Navy gun. That gives you a bit more versatility. Back injury causes stiffness, make moves really difficult. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? You get the 6-shooter and the repeater rifle. What's this pepper box? Nah, not a fan of the... Alright, so what else do I have? He's got 7 HP. So the bulletproof vest is definitely gonna go to Chevallo. And defense healing over time, stun bomb, medical bag. Let's see. We'll give him the item that increases maximum HP, and we'll have Warren. We'll just equip Warren with some stuff. Warren can be. We'll get the stun bomb and the medical bag, and unfortunately he won't have much in the way of action. But for now, we can definitely I can definitely take a moment to equip them with cards. So, now Warren gets chain kill because he's got guns with more bullets. And ricochet will actually be nice. So 60, 60. They've both got 60 aim, which is quite nice. So, I guess what I'm thinking about now is like which ones I want to equip with. So I guess he'll get Cannibal, just for more HP, and then Shadow Soul, well, he'll sort of be hiding, so Clubs. I'm not gonna worry too much about card combos. It's just gonna be like high, it's gonna be like just high card combos for now, but I've got a pair, which is nice. And 1 HP, 2 defense, 10 luck, 7 defense, 5 defense. So I'm gonna, because one's gonna be a bit more in the front, so that should work out a little more. So both the parameters, and oh, I can't equip anymore. Okay, well, let's do this. If you wanted to save Florence, you need an ironclad posse. Going up against the wizard was just the price of doing business.
Things didn't go exactly as planned. Despite the odds, you still needed to get Harden out of there.
Alright, so disclaimer, I failed this mission once and it was kind of due to something I didn't exactly realize. So I'm gonna still go with my initial strategy because basically he's like here on his open and someone could open the door and just easily flank him. So I need to, so what I'm gonna do is activate chain kill, and I'm gonna kill her with the fanning and my bye-bye. That way with the chain kills replenish, it basically gives me an extra turn to move or to kill someone else whenever I need to. So, alright, let's get Chevallo. I always want to call him Chevron. Chevallo, not Chevron. Get him behind the door. Alright, we'll get you to kill. No one can go. Now, of course, you must hit. Whew, imagine what would have happened if that did not work out as planned. Alright, let's get you... You can only hit the bodyguard, so I'll get you behind... over here. And... what can you do? You hit the bodyguard, you hit the working girl, you can hit the patron. I feel like we should use a different weapon. Bodyguard, working girl, that's more like it. Alright. Alright, well, looks like there's a whole bunch of people. Well, actually, there is a whole bunch of people who have this mission once, so I know what's happening, but that's kind of a moot point because it's more like, well... Alright, that's a door that just opened. And, but yeah, basically what happened in the last mission, that it kind of just became a bit of a stakeout with me being in this area a little too long, but I mean, admittedly, it's alright, we should probably open the door. Can I get you to open the door? Alright, that's more like it. Now, I'd like you to kill this guy. Not the working girl, the bodyguard, please. That works out pretty well for me. Oh wow, you didn't actually kill him. Well, I'm not complaining. I mean, would it be nice if you did, though? Let's not overdo it. One of the problems is that it feels like you always got to stay in full cover, which is, I mean, it's the most logical thing to do, but sometimes it's also the most boring thing to do, because it's like because basically, if you don't remember before, like staying in high cover minimizes the damage you take, and not so much minimizes the probability. Well, it does minimize the probability, but the damage reduction is what's most important for this compared to, like, say, a game like XCOM, and it makes a significant difference in the grand scheme of things. So we're just gonna take every piece of damage we can while we're still stuck behind here. So scope shot, you can kill this guy. Pardon me. May as well do that right now, just to clear out the area a bit more. Because more people are going to be coming in, we're going to be quite crowded. So I don't actually know how many people there are in total, but I should probably try and keep in mind there's one over there. Alright. Okay, you guys are coming out in the open. I'm very happy to see that. Definitely not complaining either. Alright, so Warren's luck is going down. We've got more people, how fun. Alright, so what do I want to do? Chance to hit. Okay, well, I mean, here we can flank them, so we should probably try and do that. So for now, well, it's pretty likely I'll hit 2 shots, but I feel like maybe I should take 1 shot and ensure the death of the working girl. But alright. And we'll move Warren over here and flank that girl. Take a shot, 70%, that's pretty good. Cool. Alright. Who else is here? No? Yeah, standing in the open, suits me. Alright, 1 guy over there, and 100% poncho. Alright, you're out of ammo on all fronts, so we'll reload the elephant rifle and see who you can hit. Oh, great! We'll take it though. Well, got some damage, that's definitely something. Alright, 1 there, 1 there. I think there's still someone in that building over here. Not quite sure, can't exactly see them. So let's you can only see this girl, right? Oh no, you can see let's just go for a double reload. I know, it's just not so interesting to watch. Get a shot, 50%. I mean, it's not all that useful, so I'm going to take this opportunity to reload the 6-shooter. That way, if someone comes in and it's in the open, then we have an opportunity to flank them. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. Alright, so it looks like we've got a bunch of people ripe for killing. So how do I want to do this? Let's see who we can hit first. 44, alright, 74, alright, let's activate chain kill. Let's take a shot. Here we go. Actually, can I shoot with this gun? 100%. That's more like it. I'm definitely getting our HP back, which is also quite nice. So let's see who else we can hit. Here, girl. Now let's see what who he can hit. Only just this girl. Can't actually see this guy. Alright. So this is not ideal. The alternative is getting Pablo over here and taking a shot at this guy, but I think let's reload the elephant rifle, and then 29, not great. So we'll take a shot with the navy gun, I guess, and it's still something. 44 is still fairly decent, so I'm not gonna complain too much. 100% 50. I mean, it's not gonna kill him, but if it's 1 damage and he gets behind cover, then I only need to hit him once more. Really? Then I only need to hit him once more to actually, like, you know. Alright, so who can you hit? 54, 44. I'm overthinking this too much. Let's take a scope shot. Nah, I don't like it, but looks like she's gonna be staying there for a while. We may as well take advantage of the scope shot while we can. Alright, repeater rifle 50%. There you go. And now he's behind full cover, but it only takes them 1 more hit to actually, like, to die, really. So I'm not gonna complain too much. Oh, you got 7 HP, how lovely. 54, go! I know I'm being, like, really lazy, but I don't care. I mean, I know I'm pretty safe here, and I've got some regeneration if I need it, so quite frankly, I'm not too worried. Coming back into our cover, okay, suit yourself. Girls gotta shoot. Alright, let's 50, go. I mean, she was gonna get hit eventually, so I'm not gonna complain too much. Alright, let's reload. And we'll take a shot. 54%, go. That's more like it. Alright, so we've got a guy over there. But he's pretty easy to... The problem is he's got 7 HP, so I feel like I should at least be careful in where I move. The problem is I don't know if there's still anyone over there, so I feel like I should tread carefully. Is this cover? No, that's not really cover. I'm looking for something that has cover on 2 sides, but I don't think there's like a corner or anything like that, which is kind of annoying. And I mean, I would love to move here, but that's a double move, so what to do? 69, 72. First, let's have this guy over here. Get to see him at least. 74. Alrighty. And 72. Just by luck. But at least he's got a high. At least he can't exactly just running and go shooting willy-nilly. So thank goodness, I guess. But he can't see him either, so that's gonna be interesting. The question is, where do I move now? I mean, I can definitely move here. Hopefully I don't see... I mean, no one can see me from there, but I can definitely see him. So 54. Better than nothing. And if anything else, then Alright, we'll reload that. I should have reloaded the elephant rifle first. Alright, you're moving out. Okay, well, you're still behind full cover. That means I can flank you. But I don't know where anyone else is at the moment, so it's pretty dangerous just to jump out right at the front there when there could be someone in this building there or someone in that building there, so... And let me just be shameless and say that I'm speaking from experience. Fanning 24, 44. I'm only gonna fire 2 shots, so I feel like I should just try my chances. 4, this is 44, let's shoot with the one with more bullets. Alright, so there's that. Now, I don't know who else is here, so stay behind cover a bit more, and then we'll see if anyone comes out. Alright, so... okay, I can't move there because of movement things, so... feel like maybe I should just... okay, if I'm moving you, I can get some sight out that way. But the problem is if there's someone in there, then I'm screwed. So, let's move once. Oh! Oh boy, there's someone over there indeed. Now, how do I deal with her, I wonder? No. We'll save the elephant rifle. We'll just take a normal shot and then we'll take a scope shot with the elephant rifle later. Alright, so you... where can you go? I feel like maybe you could just sneak around. Sniper from behind. Yeah, that seems pretty plausible, but I guess the question is where do I put him now so that I can get to her later. So we'll... oh, nope. We'll reload the repeater. Alright, nope, still there, alright. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, there's actually more people in there. That could be a problem. 74. Go. Alright. That means you only need to hit her once. Or use the scope shot with the elephant rifle. I think we should take the guarantee one. Also because I've actually prepared for this. Alright, so you can't actually do much because she's got 5 HP. So maybe, yeah, I'll move Chibaro in here and maybe he can just go down the area in case there's sort of like anyone else in there. But for now, let's reload the repeater and then we'll take a shot. Because if we hit her once, it will get her down to 4 HP. Then I can flank her and kill her once. Oh, she didn't move. That's the AI for you, I guess. But the problem is I need to guarantee a kill, which I can't. So, and I know at least that if I go here, I still have like a 70-something percent chance, which is again still not all that particularly safe. So it's kind of annoying because it feels like I need to. I don't know. It just feels like I need to. Wonder if you can see across from there? No? Okay, well, we'll get you moving behind here. Just to scatter a bit more and, get you to reload. And then we'll take another shot with the repeater. I mean, if you don't want to move, then I could just, you know, stay here and keep taking pot shots at you. Works out pretty well for me. Alright, so let's move over here. Seems to be no one inside so far. Okay, so we'll open the door. Oh, you can see her. Works for me. That was exactly what I was hoping for, to be honest. So Warren, where do you want to go next? Alright. Looks like no one inside. Let's get you over here. I feel like Warren's just kind of taking the long way, which is kind of embarrassing, but oh well. Better safe than sorry, even though it takes significantly longer. The other interesting thing I'd like to know is actually if there is anyone else still around there, where would they be? I mean, because I know there's still one person over there. But how would Warren get up? Oh, there's a stairway up there. Okay, we could definitely skim across, so... That was a risky move. Probably not recommended. Alright, Chevallo. Chevallo. I'm not going to be able to pronounce your name properly. You... And reload your elephant rifle. Alright, one, where do you want to go? Looks like the long way is actually around this way. That's actually... I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this one. But I'm not going to complain too much either. Alright, Chavarro, let's get you back onto the Navy gun. We'll get you to open the door. Now, I need to make sure that... No, let's play it safe. I don't know if she's actually going to do anything, so we should probably play things relatively close to the bell. I do realize I'm sort of being a bit aggressive in the movement here, and that's... Yeah, it's pretty much because, it's like, it's kind of like, well... Part of it is like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe I should be a bit more, you know, safer, or... But, there's a point where I'm just like, you know, screw it. Let's just do it, sort of thing. So... Alright, so I guess Chavarro, just get you a bit closer and, backspace. Oh, she's moved. She knows something's happening. Right. Shoot. 2 damage. Okay, well, look, it's... Alright, Chavarro's the only one that can kill her in one shot. So, it's gonna be... embarrassing. If I don't.
Hardin's guard was strong and imposing. You couldn't release Hardin with her around.
Alright, Warren, you better not screw this one up. You're in hardcover? Oh my god. I screwed this up. I screwed this up so badly. So badly. I'm the biggest fucking idiot ever.
Free from his binds, Hardin thanked you and cursed those who betrayed him. Of course, he had no idea why you freed him in the first place. But it was time to leave.
Oh boy. No longer suffers from face mutilation, bloodstained shirt, 2 times stimulant, and a bunch of cards. Okay, well, looks like we'll be collecting a few more meteor pieces, alright. Your local chapel used a piece of the meteor as the major, adorning his communion chalice. Victor Simon Sams, who the locals respectfully called Bishop, refused to surrender the stone. Your only option was to shoot him and face whatever consequences there were for killing a man of God on consecrated soil. Alright, well, at least we know there's one at the church, so we'll come back to that later. Powerful native mystic lives here who could take the form of the cougar. He said he possessed another piece of meteor. Let's look for tracks. About to give it up, you spotted the cougar. Looked ordinary except for an unusual pattern on his face and a necklace with a piece of rock tied to it. Shot it. Dodged the bullet and leapt at you, knocking you to the ground. 2 of you rolled around the hillside. You desperately reached for your boot knife. Finally, you got it loose and slid it between 2 of the beast's ribs. You sustained grave wounds in the struggle, but the meteor piece was yours. Warren is now affected by sight cure. Warren is now affected by mangled foot. The piece of the meteor in your hand heated up, melted, and sank into your skin. You felt empowered, but if you wanted to collect this piece of the dry person out of hiding, you had to avoid burning them up. Ouch. Well now. Rogers. Tanner, stench of tanning liquids. When you tell him what you're looking for, possess a piece of the meteor, he shot here. Once used the piece in the tanning vat to speed up the reaction. Now though, he found a reliable source of the tanning catalyst and didn't need the meteor anymore. Unfortunately for you, however, it lay at the bottom of a vat full of toxic material. If you were desperate enough, you could simply reach for it. I feel like maybe there's like an item that we could use to deal with that, so let's head to the quiet wagon. Liquor? No, it must be antiseptic. Doctor, you looked at your absent-minded through his greasy glass. He may have been drunk and high on opium, but he was the only medic in the area. Alright. 4 remaining pieces. Okay, that's gonna take a while. Let's just see what's... Alright, so mango foot, gouge eye. Okay, fine, max luck. And what's Warren's embarrassing problem? Oh... One kinky adventure too many. Okay. He asked whether he could help with Harding's embarrassing problem. Single dose of mercury stashed for emergencies would temporarily relieve Harding's ailment, but the effect would vanish after a while. Named his price, asked whether you wanted to administer it. Not worth it. Came for healing. Expert on human anatomy. Performed the most amputation. Expertise wasn't cheap. Nah. Well, okay, we can't afford it right now, so we'll keep it in the back of our heads. So, what's this orchid house? I don't actually remember. Illegal mines. Let's go there. Prospecting site. One of the providers of the collection of precious stones, piece of the media was his most prized piece. You threatened the prospectors with violence. Let's do that. You had to kill them, put up a fight, and wouldn't want your companions, but in the end you retrieved the stone. Randy Harding's now affected by face mutilation. Collect another piece of meteor. Burning out will give you extra power, but keeping them will help you recruit another companion. Let's keep it. Definitely want to recruit some companions. So there's 3 remaining pieces. There's the church and there's the Roach's Tannery. So I just feel like if there's a... What's this necropolis? Alright, so... Correction was interrupted by a served as a graveyard source, allowing coffees to simply sink into the bog was highly economical. Well, of course! Your reflections were interrupted by the sight of a tall figure pacing back and forth across the necropolis. In the morning mist of the surreal landscape, he looked like an apparition. Dressed all in black and carrying a shovel, he looked as though he must be an undertaker. If the rumors about like that hunting for you would true, this man could be dangerous. I'm hoping that's not the undercut. Okay, so it's not the father. His name was Shane Carter Holmes. He recognized you from your hunt for the last man. Between coffins and funeral services, your one-man slaughterhouse routine, Letty Cody had made him a pretty penny. He'd been looking at you for weeks to express his thanks. Handed you a stack of useful items, including some cash and a piece of the meteor. But keeping them will help you recruit another companion. Let's keep it. I want to max out on companions first, and then... yeah. So yeah, I want to max out on companions first, then I'll probably think about absorbing meteors. The inconspicuous rancher waiting for the regular house of black market, we dealt in contraband all kinds. You asked if they knew anything. Juha Ackerman, the merchant, looked agitated. Considered Rocker Lucky Charm was unwilling to give it up. If he did, he would charge you more for the rest of his goods to make up for his loss. Let's just see what he's got. Quadruple shotgun. 4 barrels, no waiting. Alright, Douglas does the special I don't like. 12 shooter, 2 6-shooters engineered into one. Twice the equality in a single hand. I want that. I want that. Let's see which gun. Kinda want to keep the one-arm. I want to keep at least one-arm bandit and 1 musket. The volcano pistol and the sword of copper. Short and close. I'm not a fan of shotguns, so I'm definitely going to be selling those. So, pepper box. Sorry, I'm not a fan of close guns. So, this is 65. I definitely want a 12 shooter. You will definitely replace a 6 shooter. Because more ammo is always nice. Stimulant and dose of cash. Alright, you can give me some cash, confirm, and we'll trade. Alright. Alright, let's agree to Ackerman's arrangement. There we go. Reminded you that he will mark up his prices for this point forward. Alright, let's keep it. And we've got one more meteor piece, so that's either at the church, that church, or the budget, or the Burgess Tannery. I wonder. Fuck it. Put your hand in the vial, feeling the bottle of stone. Your hand only felt a little warm, but when you found the meteor shine withdrew, you were severely burned. Collect another piece of the meteor, let's absorb it. Alright. Had all the meteor pieces you wanted. When you returned to the main way, a messenger handed you a letter from the wizard. The man wasn't happy with just done at the bottle, but he provided the location of persons for your agreement. It was a trap, but it wasn't the first you were willing to take it into. Alright, let's go kill the priest, and we'll absorb a piece of meteor. What am I doing? If you kind of took a chance, you came to a piece of the meteor, but as you touched it, you began coughing badly. Warren is now affected by rattling cough. And we absorb the meteor. Okay, that works. Warren is now affected by firmness. It's like Warren's taking all the brunt. So gouge are tree of a kind, that's just the hand burners. Burn hand makes gunslinging difficult. Swiftness? That must be from... No, it's not the mango foot yet. Firmness, no more shaky hands, plus 10 aim, rattling cough. Lungs may be collapsing. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun! Alright, attack lookout here to distract angry person, so obviously this is gonna bow and this is gonna be where I wrap up the video, so as always, thank you for watching and I will see you on the next video.